There's a silent crisis happening all around. You can see it in crowded cities. You can see it in offices, gyms, churches, and homes. You can see it in the eyes of men who appear successful on the outside but feel empty on the inside. Many men today are lost, not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack opportunity, not because they lack talent. They are lost because they no longer know who they are. They wake up every morning, go to work, pay bills, scroll through their phones, come home exhausted, and repeat the same cycle again the next day. Weeks become months, months become years, years becomes decades. Then one day they wake up and ask themselves, how did I get here? What happened to my dreams? When did I stop feeling alive? Why do I feel so disconnected from myself? These are not questions of weakness. These are questions of a man searching for meaning. Today we're going to talk about why so many men feel lost in our modern world, what is causing this crisis, and most importantly, how a man can find himself again. Because no matter how far you've wandered, you can always find your way back. The first reason is that men have lost their purpose. A man can survive many hardships. He can survive poverty. He can survive rejection. He can survive failure. But it is very difficult for a man to survive without purpose. Purpose is what gives suffering meaning. Purpose is what gets a man out of bed when life becomes difficult. Purpose is what allows a man to endure pain and sacrifice. The ancient Stoics understood this. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius wrote that a man should focus on fulfilling his role in life with excellence. When a man knows his purpose, obstacles become challenges. When he loses his purpose, even small difficulties become overwhelming. Many men today have goals but not purpose. A goal says, I want more money. A purpose says, I want to become a man who provides value to others. A goal says, I want a bigger house. A purpose says, I want to build a strong family. A goal says, I want success. A purpose says, I want to leave a legacy. Without purpose, life becomes a series of empty achievements. And empty achievements never satisfy the soul. The second reason is that men are overstimulated but underfulfilled. We live in the most connected generation in human history. Yet many men have never felt more alone. We have unlimited entertainment, unlimited videos, unlimited distractions. Every moment of silence is filled with noise. The moment boredom arrives, he seeks stimulation. The moment loneliness appears, he distracts himself. But distraction is not healing. Distraction is delay. Eventually the questions return. The emptiness returns. The confusion returns. Because no amount of entertainment can replace meaning. A man can spend 6 hours scrolling through content and still feel empty afterward. Why? Because the human soul was designed for purpose, not constant stimulation. The third reason is that many men were never taught how to be a man. Many men grew up without strong guidance. Some never had fathers. Others had fathers who were physically present but emotionally absent. Some grew up watching men who were broken themselves. As a result, many young men entered adulthood without a clear understanding of manhood. Nobody taught them how to lead, how to handle rejection, how to manage emotion, how to build discipline, how to control anger, how to persevere through hardship. So they learn from social media. They learn from celebrities. They learn from influencers. They learn from strangers. The problem is that much of the advice they receive is shallow. Real masculinity is not domination. Real masculinity is responsibility. Real masculinity is integrity. Real masculinity is self-control. Real masculinity is doing what is right even when nobody is watching. A man becomes lost when he confuses appearance with character. The fourth reason is the crisis of comparison. Never in human history have men compared themselves to so many people. Every day they see someone richer, someone stronger, someone younger, someone more successful, someone with a better relationship, and slowly they begin to believe they are falling behind. Comparison creates anxiety. Comparison creates envy. The truth is that many of the lives you envy are carefully edited highlights. You are comparing your reality to someone else's performance. The Stoics warned against this thousands of years ago. Your journey is your journey. The only meaningful comparison is between the man you are today and the man you were yesterday. The fifth reason is that men are starving for brotherhood. Many men have acquaintances. Few have brothers. They have followers. They have contacts. They have co-workers. But they have nobody they can call at midnight when life falls apart. Throughout history, men strived in tribes, communities, and brotherhoods. Today, many men fight their battles alone. And isolation is dangerous. A man alone with his fears often magnifies them. A man surrounded by strong brothers gains perspective. This is why healthy friendships matter. This is why church communities matter. This is why men's groups matter. This is why mentorship matters. No man is meant to carry every burden alone. The sixth reason is the weight of unsolved pain. Many men carry wounds they never speak about. A failed relationship, a childhood trauma, a betrayal, a mistake they regret, a dream that died, a loss they never processed. Instead of healing, they bury the pain. They tell themselves, I'm fine, I'll get over it, I'll deal with it later. But buried pain doesn't disappear. It waits. Years later, it emerges as anger, bitterness, depression, addiction, emotional numbness. Healing begins when a man has the courage to confront what hurts. Strength is not pretending nothing affects you. Strength is facing the truth. The seventh reason is what the book of Proverbs teaches. The book of Proverbs repeatedly emphasizes wisdom. Not intelligence, not talent, wisdom. Wisdom is knowing how to live. Wisdom is understanding consequences. Wisdom is making decisions that align with truth. Many men are lost because they seek success before wisdom. But wisdom should come first. Money without wisdom becomes destruction. Money without wisdom becomes corruption. The wise man builds his life slowly and carefully. The foolish man seeks shortcuts, and shortcuts often lead to dead ends. Now let's talk about solutions, because this conversation is not about despair, it's about hope. The first step is honesty. You must be honest about where you are, not where you pretend to be, not where others think you are. Honesty is the foundation of transformation. The second step is responsibility. Stop waiting for someone to rescue you. Nobody is coming, and that's good news, because it means your future is still in your hands. The third step is discipline. Discipline is freedom. When you control yourself, your circumstances lose power over you. The fourth step is purpose. Find something greater than yourself. Serve your family. Serve your community. Serve God. Serve a mission. Purpose transforms existence into meaning. You do not need to reinvent your life overnight. You do not need a dramatic transformation. You need consistency. Read 10 pages a day. Exercise daily. Pray daily. Learn daily. Improve daily. 1% better every day. That sounds small, but over time it changes everything. The strongest men are rarely the most talented. They are simply the most consistent. If you listen in today and you feel lost, hear this carefully. You are not alone. Many men feel exactly the way you do. You may feel behind. You may feel confused. You may feel discouraged. But your story is not over. You still have time. You still have purpose. You still have potential. The fact that you're searching for answers means part of you still believes a better future is possible. Hold on to that belief, because that belief is the spark that can reignite your life. The world does not need perfect men. It needs responsible men. Men who are willing to grow. Men who are willing to learn. Men who are willing to lead. Men who are willing to stand for truth when truth becomes unpopular. The reason so many men feel lost today is not because they are incapable. It is because they have been distracted from who they were meant to become. But a way back remains open. Find your purpose. Seek wisdom. Embrace discipline. Build brotherhood. Strengthen your faith. And remember this. You may be lost today, but being lost is not the same as being finished. A man can lose his way, but a man who refuses to quit can always find it again.